Hi y'all, it's Charlene from the Crafty Art Shack, and we're back here today with another challenge video. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit, so let's get on with the crafts. Let's go! Right, here we go with DIY number one. Here we go with DIY number one. Now, I got some of these tags that I'm using for my booth, and I have these two little salt and pepper shakers that I painted with red crimson, I believe it was, Waverly chalk paint. I was going to say Rust-Oleum and white, but no, that wasn't what it was. So what I'm doing here is I've previously painted those for another project and decided to change directions with that project, so they're already painted for this one. Those actually came from the Dollar General. And what you see me doing here is I'm going to trace out my little tags and cover them with this red, white, and blue scrap of ribbon that I have there. And that didn't show up, so when I traced it with a pencil, so I'm going to go back and trace it out with a pen. And then I'm going to take and attach that to this little card, and I'm going to trim it out with my scissors, and I need two of them, one for the salt shaker, one for the pepper shaker. Now the problem that I found with these salt and pepper shakers when I bought them is that one doesn't say pepper and one doesn't say salt. They both say the same thing on them. I'm not sure what it says on them, but anyway, I wanted to make sure that people could identify them at the outdoor barbecue as which one's salt, which one's pepper. Usually pepper has only a few holes and salt has several holes in the top of their salt shaker, but these weren't even that way either. So anyway, I'm going to get these all trimmed up. I'm going to take my permanent glue stick, and it's made by Scotch, and no, I'm not sponsored by them. And I'm going to take and put glue on this, and then I'm going to take that little tag that I cut out and place it on there onto the little piece of ribbon that I cut out. And then I'm going to take my lighter and go around the edges of this and kind of make it look singed and rustic, kind of like the ribbon is there that's on it. And I'm going to take a little poker tool and put my hole back in this so that I can run those little pieces of ribbon that you see there. And here I'm going to write salt on this one, and I'll write pepper on the other one. And I'll take that ribbon and tie it on, and we'll see the rest of this at the final reveal. Now, this is the First Friday Open Challenge, and it happens the first Friday of every month, and it is hosted by Lisa from Our Grey House, also hosted by Sarah from Jujubee DIY, and the guest host for this month is Marla from The Chic Show DIY. The ladies' links to these channels are all in the description box below. Also, there's a link to the playlist of all the other ladies and gentlemen that are participating, and you'll want to go check them out because they're doing some awesome crafts. Here we go with DIY number 2. Now, for this DIY, I found this paper towel holder at a thrift store, and I am going to take and set it up for a barbecue. And so I'm looking to see, and I'm showing you how much room is left over on that thing once you set a roll of paper towels on it. And I decided that I was going to take this and do like a checkered pattern, like a tablecloth pattern, where I have like the red and black checks. So I started laying out my pattern, and then I realized, well, this will be easier if I just take these dowel rods off of here. So I'm taking this one off, and I'm taking off the other one, but the screw wouldn't come out of these things. I could only unscrew this off of there. So I was like, okay, well, let's just work with it. if you do this and the screws don't come out, be careful, don't poke yourself because they do hurt. Ask me how I know. I did it already. Now, after I get all of my pattern put down, I'm going to go back and rub down all of my tape pieces to make sure that everything is really good so I don't have any bleed from putting the paint down. Now, I'm going to use that red crimson paint, and I am going to make a checkerboard pattern. Now, the next thing you see me doing here is I'm taking a knob and that I found in my stash that, because like if I'm at a garage sale and I find a bunch of these little knobs like this and they're selling them, I'll pick them up for like $1 for a whole bag of them because I use them in my projects as feet or other embellishments or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to take and paint this red, and it's going to match the base of my my paper towel thing. So then I noticed that I had a spot, and I set that aside to dry along with the base that I was painting. Now the next thing I'm doing is taping this because I noticed that it had some marks on it, and I wanted to make sure that that was all cleaned up. And I'm going to paint this part red. Now after I get everything painted with what I want painted and it gets good and dry, I'm going to go back with my little finger sander and I'm going to go over these to kind of rough it up because I don't want this looking just pristine. I want it looking rustic. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to sand some of this back out and distress it, and then we'll put it back together. Now, before I put this back together, I had this little rub-on transfer that I got from Amazon, and it is a little pig, and it says pork on it because usually when you have a barbecue, you're cooking pork, burgers, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I thought this would go good with it. And so I'm going to put that on there. And if you noticed, it pulled up some more of my paint. I thought that was pretty cool looking. So I went back in there with the edges of that and pulled up more paint because that's how I wanted it to look. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some E600 and some hot glue and put this on the top of my spindle here. Now I'm going to put everything back together, and we will see the rest of this at the final reveal. Right at this time, we'd like to thank our subscribers. We love you bunches. We really appreciate everything from the bottom of our heart that you do for our channel. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Words aren't enough to thank you for what you've done for us in this channel. And here we go with the final reveal. Alright, y'all, we're back from the craft desk, and didn't these just turn out awesome? Well, if you like this content, subscribe, like, and share because it really helps our video out. And for all our subscribers, thank you so much for everything you do for us by subscribing to the channel. And we'll see you in the next episode of the Crafty Art Shack. We'll see you later. Bye. Hi y'all, it's Beth and Charlene, and we're here today because we are now opening a
booth
here at the
Avonlea Antique Mall.
Yes, and we're so excited.
Gotta come check us out.
Yeah, and we're going to show you some more pictures in just a minute of our video. All right, you guys, here we go. We're going to walk to our booth. Now, when you walk in the front door, the first row is First Street. The second row over is 2nd Street, and that's where we are located at. And we're about, I'd say halfway down. And you'll notice it because we have that light pole or pole right in front of our booth. Anyway, this is not our stuff. This is the previous vendor stuff, and they're in the process of moving out. And so this is where we're going to be moving into, you guys, and we are so excited. Now, our booth is going to be called the Chic Shack. So, you guys, everybody who's been begging me to sell my stuff will now be able to go here at the Abilene Antique Mall and purchase it. So come check us out. Now, we will not be here in this booth until around the end of the first week or the second week of June. We will keep you updated as to when we will actually be opening our booth. And because this person's got to move out, then they got to paint it, and then we've got to move in. So you guys come check us out and stay tuned to see where our stuff's going to be and what it's going to look like and how things are set up. And we have a ton of stuff going in here that hasn't even made it to some of our videos, so you'll want to come check us out. Now, in addition to opening our booth, we finally hit our goal of 1,000 followers. Thank you guys so much. And 4,000 watch hours. We really appreciate everyone who made this happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all, if y'all go check out our community tab on our YouTube channel, you will find the channel lineup for the week there on our community tab. So if you ever want to know what's going on with our channel or new things that are happening or anything like that, go check out that community tab. That's where we're posting all of our information that is important for that moment in time. So go check us out.
So you guys, if you like this content, subscribe. Hit that notification bell and give us that big thumbs up because it really helps our channel out. And we'll see you in the next episode of the Crafty Art Shack. We'll see you later. Bye.